now, the national anthem of South Africa.
Now, Coach Lulu going across the technical team then to give the high fives and get the spirits up on that South African bench. The group of South African fans out at the top grandstand are more than proud at the end of their singing or at the rendition of the South African national anthem. Now, let's talk about the 11s here. And from a South African point of view, only two starters that started the last match. One of those two starters is Nothando Vilakazi, who's enjoying a 131st cap today for the national team. Watch out for Litwala as well, who's one of those two starters. Remember, Sam came on off the bench and scored that stunning goal. Of course, coming in for the South Africans as we have a look at, of course, what's on the substitution bench and what they do have to offer in that regard. Now, for Mauritius, they will look to Ramsamy out in the attacking areas to make things happen. They also look to keep things tight in midfield with the trio of Sopal, Jerome, as well as Ali Pwan. Whilst out in the wide areas, they will have Mamode as well as Faneo in the attempts to, of course, try and unsettle the South Africans. What will be crucial is what happens in the heart of that defense between Dadard and Rosoy. The referee from Lesotho, Matabo Kolokotwani, who will be assisted by Messi Zulu as well as Roda Manjani from Mozambique, Messi Zulu from Zambia. I need to mention fourth official is Nobuheling Setoko from Lesotho. Very interesting listening to the Mauritian coach. Very Collet, of course, if you haven't had a chance to listen to, I do suggest you spend some time at the end of this encounter and just listen to have a couple of minutes of a chat. Of course, with Mbali, very sensible lady who speaks really well and gets the point across impressively. So, just to make sure things are clear here, South Africa in the yellow, attacking the right of your picture. Mauritius in the black and red, attacking the left of your picture. Again, when you look towards the top of your picture, you can note the numbers are looking good here. Maybe the most impressive we've seen yet, with a few more trickling in every 5 or so minutes. So it's interesting to see what it'll look like towards half-time here from a supporter's point of view. Whilst out on the field, the South Africans will be hoping here to get the perfect start here and continue to put their opponents to the sword. Well, they are getting a lot of attention, the South African ladies, but up against Brazil in that encounter at the Orlando Stadium last night. Chance to maybe right those wrongs here for this much younger group of South African internationals representing Banyana Banyana at the Hollywood Bets COSAFA Women's Championship. An immediate chance to maybe put that Brazil game further and further towards our minds or the back of our minds. So we'll be very much aware of the part 2 of that encounter coming up in Durban. No, it was a pretty solid display we saw from this South African squad in that demolition of Angola. Unknown at the time to many, quite possibly across the country. They were looking to make names for themselves and make a statement against some of their opponents coming into this tournament. Nice and patient with the start here in the early stages. The flag up here in the first real attempt to get in behind defensive lines. And they are mentioned every 5 or so minutes. A group of supporters keeps arriving at this venue, making for a interesting atmosphere, I do suspect. In the next 15 or so minutes, the numbers just keep increasing. More and more of them are arriving here. So, yep, it is promising to be the best show we've seen so far at this venue from a supporter's point of view. Sam looking to keep things moving through midfield, and have done enough to win it back here, and looking for the energy levels of for now. I've tried on a few occasions to get in behind enemy lines. That's a good solid challenge. Eagle as well from August. Well, remember that the Mauritius did suffer the heaviest defeat of this year's tournament at 5-0 thrashing to Mozambique. Actually, that scoreline, Mozambique stayed top of the group, and they did play to a 1-1 scoreline against Angola earlier on today, if you weren't impressed with the day's proceedings. But that means they are just 1 point ahead of South Africa, meaning South Africa took up 3 points here today. They jump here at the top of the group. So can't hear from the set piece. Four have lined up, literally in a line across the box for the South Africans. Waiting for the in-swinger. Again, defended with energy from Fono. We get lots of that from the young lady with the blue hair. She's willing to give chase after the ball all day long. Now, shots on the half volley. Not quite working out for the South Africans. Not on target. 16-year-old shot here in your picture. So there are a good number of youngsters out there that are getting a run at senior level here that could set them in or stand them in good stead in the future. Ball drilled across here for that defense to have to deal with again. And as soon as they drew it, maybe coming straight back here from this near side. The early cross come shots won't cause problems for the goalkeeper, Betty. Jota. This is lovely skill on the near side now. Ball in. Well, dealt with defensively. Lefka looking for the opening. Good shots. Good power behind the shots as well. Only problem with that is it was too straight at the goalkeeper, Betty, but more like it from the South Africans. Mahale, the under-17 captain, who's also enjoying a run out there. So the Mozambicans have stayed on here to watch the one team they're yet to play in this group, that being the South Africans. The burst of pace, unlucky not to have been able to keep it alive. Still frustrated herself at well, it didn't go according to plan. Then the young lady had to keep it in check in the end and shut up. International Shota plays for City Ladies. But working, getting to the byline in the end, on the move, including the height of the ball, trying to wrap your foot around it for the cross would have been difficult and proved to be in the end. The attempt, not bad at all for Mauritius. Well, with 8 minutes gone by, they would have expected to start this match under pressure. Maybe he would have looked to survive the opening 15-20, but as things stand, they are spending a lot of time inside of their own half here. They've hardly enjoyed any of the ball inside the opposition half of the field. In fact, they've hardly enjoyed much of the ball at all. Appeals of handball, yeah. Before a handball. Error from Augusta. So, have had one shot of the South Africans in open play. Haven't seen them pose much of a threat as yet from the dead ball. Or a set piece for that matter. Well, did mention the energy levels a little bit earlier. Hard to miss with the blue hair. Oh, not the best of clearances from Panero then. I do believe she kicked the ground as she tried to get the ball clear. Well, the defense quick to gain the innocence then, and not much of an appeal from the South Africans for a foul. So goal kick it will be. Keeping in mind this is the second venue we've used in this tournament. Started off at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium, which of course is a great venue. One of the best venues to visit around the South African borders, in and around the South African borders, I mean to say. If you haven't had a chance to go down to the stadium in PE, wait for the right occasion that's right for you, and go down and enjoy that venue, Kabeja, as it is of course known these days. Now, good movement on the near side, the passing not quite complimentary of that movement. Panu with the early ball forwards. And following that timeout at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium, we've come down here to the Madibas, which has its own charms. Once you're in here, the tree line that surrounds the stadium is one of the best features for me on a personal note to this venue. We'll be moving on to the Isaac Wilkinson Stadium soon, and back to the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium for the crescendo of the tournament. Then more and more supporters arriving as South Africa push forward here and have the opportunity. In the end, with the angle testing as it was, nothing came off of the shots. Went wide of the mark then from Vilagazi. Has scored in this tournament as Vilagazi. Looking to do so again when maybe the better ball would have been that's across to one of those two teammates inside the box and looking to keep up with her. No. The game now approaching the first 15 minutes for Mauritius. They'll look for a few factors of joy here as they play themselves into trouble early on here. Heavy challenge just outside of the box, I believe. But, well, they created their own problems here. Risoi played out and showed too much. Trying to make up for that. Seemed to have committed the foul. Just at the point when I was about to make that the Mauritians may be looking for a few points of positivity, and at this point would look to the point that they haven't been opened up all too often. Whilst the referee is explaining to the wall, the South Africans very nearly got the action going. Now Killer at the bounce, keeper doesn't hold on, and is fortunate, and it's out for the goal kick. Well, keeper stayed down here. And she will need some assistance, but let's look back at this moment. Doesn't hold on. And looks to slap it or palm it away. And, well, applying the pressure then was Litsoso. Don't know how much contact there would have been between Litsoso and the keeper then for the keeper to have picked up an injury. It's also, of course, playing for TUT Ladies as we have a look at well, there you have it. Spunukora as quick as possible. Still in the border. And then see release it into the box then. Coach Lulu quite clear with the instructions. Big chance then to not only watch her at work then, teaching on instructions, but eavesdrop in the conversation. Well, she is struggling a bit here. Is Betty? I'm wondering if it's the wrist she was looking to reach out and palm the ball away with. That struggling as the dignitaries watch on here. Well, we did expect there to be a turnout for the South African game here at the Madivas. Again, you can tell top of your picture, more still arriving. Tell you one side that has come out at this venue and score goals and look to comfortably do away with the opponent. It's the defending champions, I think, the last side to come out here and really dominated the game from a goal scoring point of view. Tanzania with that 3-0 win, was it? And Postera from the South Africans. Good first touch then. Now the ball in could present a chance here for the Mauritians. Good run in the middle of the park. And they appreciated it out in the stands. Oh, they love that when the defender being smoked. This moment of the match, they've suddenly come alive. To that bit of skill. I'd like to see more of that, please. Well, they are working hard. The likes of Ramsamy here in your picture, keeping the African fans from getting too excited out there. We'll need to continue to work hard. We are just 20 minutes in, so there's still plenty of football to be played here. Bit of pain here for Sopal. plays club football for SLB NTCU out in Mauritius. Offside then. As South Africa look to build on some of the spirit that is coming out of the stands here, where the fans are willing them to that opening goal. Well, did expect something close to this in numbers as well as spirit from South African fans once the Banyana team got underway. What we've seen from varsity football around the country means there was a reason to have expectation, especially with what we've seen from the varsity football scenes and varsity sports scenes. Now, early ball here. As the referees really blowing the whistle. What's about Olugotwani from Lesotho? Well, has taken charge of this game quite impressively. The flag up against the Mauritians. Patience. The ladies as they look to build going forward here on this near side. Again, Mauritius doing their bit to make life as difficult as possible. Going to crowd the area with red and black. As soon as the South Africans get that ball over the halfway line. Now, chance to send the early ball forward, then well-timed run on the turn as well. There's one too many chances or touches, and there was the option for the pass. Maybe would have been better off for Sam to just pull the trigger. That's the first sight then. Nice turn. Good movement here. With a bit of pace as well. Looking to trouble the Mauritians. Look at how many of them are already back behind the ball. The entire squad. Which is the reason it's become so difficult for the South Africans here. And parked the bus. They've built a wall. Yes, Sam. The eventual shots. Well, is that never going to be a problem? Chigumbu with the attempt. Let's play club football for my ladies. There's a Chikumbu here in South Africa. Again, good pace into the byline. The cutback could enough to find the striker then. Sometimes looking to roll the defender. In the end, the Mauritians again do enough to see off the danger for the first time. We do have Gopal having gone down here. And this time suggesting maybe a knock to the head. Let's have a see. Or a look-see. Involved in on the physical side of things. The under 17 captain mentioned earlier, Mahale. Well, making its way all the way back to a debutante. Well, it's in between the sticks. Having a chance to speak much about this simply because there hasn't been much time the game is spent on that side of the field. So it'll be mostly focused in the Mauritian half. Now, again, an attempt to get the ball in behind the defense. Finds the homage to the South African intentions in. Augusta, again, taking no chances, going for safety first. Now, they're still looking for that first. Now approaching half an hour's play for Mauritius again. In looking for a few positives, well, shot one most important point down here. That's while South Africa have had plenty of the ball and have very much been in control of the situation. The South Africans haven't, on many occasions, opened them up to a point where Betty has been having to make savings or make saves. They've protected their keeper well, protected the goal line well. And South Africa hasn't had too many clear-cut chances to speak of so far in this encounter. With nearly half an hour's play gone by. Now, on the move here, looking for support in fields. Samson. Well played in nice and early. Will be picked up by the South African midfield after it was defended by the Mauritians. Late challenge from Ono. With a bit of a talking to the Fano for that challenge. So South Africa will have themselves yet another set piece here, in which they could fashion a chance that could lead to the opening goal. Standing over it is Mugwena. Wearing the number 80 jersey. Goal for goal. Beating the keeper to the keeper's left. Or look for a teammate. Looking for a teammate. Pull across. Oh, there were 3 of them arriving. All it needed was a touch from one of them. As soon as the missed one, you'd wish the next one had it. And so the case continued on to the next. Runs across this 1, 2, 3. And out to that far post is Nshota. Mind, she's still 16 years of age. Offside. Easy call to make here for the near side official, Mercy Zulu from Zambia. Again, for those of you that may not have been keeping up with this tournament from the beginning, there are some interesting factors. For one, coaches can make up to 5 changes in this tournament. We've seen that change the momentum of games on a good few occasions since this tournament has gotten underway. Now, ball in then, that's a good ball in is. Again, it's played back across, keeper can't hold on, and eventually South Africa scored through Sam, her second of the tournament. And of course, the chance to get down for Coach Lulu. And, well, the Mauritian keeper here, Betsy, in trouble. Remember, Sam scores today, having coming off the bench to score in the last encounter. It was a lovely individual effort. Oh, that's a good pass. Good bit of movement with the ball paid across. Can't be dealt with. I'm trying to spot where the keeper may hurt herself here. And Coach Lulu does get down every time the ladies find the back of the nets. Well, able to continue then is Betty. And they are having a ball out in the stands. Then they turned out here in the hope of a good showing from the South African ladies, and they are beginning to have the expectations met. Well, more and more are arriving here. Good numbers are arriving here at the Madiba Stadium. So it's already our best turnout so far at this particular venue is one way there could even be more over the next 10 minutes. Oh, Betty is having some serious problems, and I'm still not too sure I could pick up how she got injured. The bench is considering making the change. They're telling them not to rush it. If there was any contact with her, it would have come from her own teammates. Augusta, I believe it was, who was standing closest to her. Oh, well, she's busy giving instructions to a team. Let's see if we can pick up again. She got injured. It's between herself and Augusta. And I believe Augusta may have gotten in the side of the head with a shin guard there. Well, Betty is okay. So there's your goal scorer. The second of the tournament is scored in every match South Africa's played in thus far. That's time. It's 1-0 in favor of the South Africans, and for Coach Lulu, it may very well be exactly what they needed, her and his crew here. Tell you why, in the scoreline being 1-0, it's worked in favor of Mauritius because they could sit back and just continue to frustrate the South Africans with the hope maybe they would get a chance and come up with a goal of their own. But now that they are chasing the game, Mauritius may just have to come out and play, considering they've already lost one game before with a 5-0 scoreline. I don't see the point much in throwing all hands on deck defensively without any attacking intent at all for them in the time that remains in this match. Should they open it up and go forward, it'll become easier for the South Africans to create the openings they need to continue to score. Catch-22 situation, yes, for Mauritius, but it's what happens when you do concede. It changes the way the match looks and the approach towards the game. Ball towards his near side is played by Morale. The under-17 captain, of course, did play that lovely pass that led to the ball across. The key pass that started things for South Africa en route to scoring the goal. In the background, we are having a lovely backdrop of singing coming from the South African fans as we go into the last 5 minutes. Sam now giving chase, hoping to score another before all is done and dusted in this first half. Quite working out according to plan then for the South African captain. It's also now encouragement from the stands. The South Africa get to the byline again. They nearly squeezed into that near post. Betty had to be wise to that. Good hard running from Sembi. Zitembi, so I beg your pardon. Vilagazi. Vilagazi playing That's up football for the Lilani ladies. Now, South Africa with a half-hearted appeal for a penalty, shooting a shot that eventually went wide. Then struggling is the 16-year-old shotter. Valuable experience, though, being gained at such a young age. Asilela wearing the number 20 jersey, another 16-year-old out there that's getting invaluable experience. Lovely challenge. Looking to help organize defensively then is Velop. Nakama. To check the throwing she thought. Look, she looked up and realized the near side official and awarded it to the ladies from Mauritius. Now, South Africa with a chance here to finish strong and establish a possible 2-goal cushion before the end of this first half. Sure, they'd love that. But as we've seen, the young ladies from Mauritius have been more than happy to just pile numbers behind the ball here. Provide very little space between the lines and try and make it difficult for South Africa to play through them. Now, for moving from the South Africans. Very much in control of this game if you are just joining us. Hey, look at the scoreline and believe, yeah, they are leading just by a goal to nil. That's not only what I mean, but I mean they're in control of this game. As the ball is played across here and they could be a chance in the seconds. Ball played across and the pass wasn't the very best. Strong play in winning it back from Nakama then. Keeping it moving is Chikumbu. Well as Mogoena. The South Africans defensively have had hardly a reason to worry in this first half. Yes, whilst they haven't created too many clear-cut chances, Here they are on the power line, settling for the corner. Once they went into the lead, the South Africans, the situation was always in their favor. Hard now for the Mauritians to switch mentally and try and find a balance where they can attack and defend. Now, South Africa still looking for that good ending to this half. And by that I mean an even better ending than is already promised them, with the 2 minutes added on and a minute of those two now a thing of the past. Continuing to work hard is Fernand. Shota. Sam felt the effects of that challenge. Hold in, keeper. As safe hands for Mauritius. What could be the touch over the half? In fact, no, the referee will allow play to continue. I don't think the ref has looked down towards and watches just yet. There you have it. End of a first half where, again, Sam came good from a goal scoring point of view for the South Africans, but they had to work to earn that first goal, and it only needed one to take the lead into the halftime break. And of course, with that goal scored, South Africa to jump a couple of spots here to the top of the group, which was the name of the game coming into this particular fixture. It's halftime. It is South Africa 1, Mauritius 0.
Globally, 85% of infertility is because of infections, typically the chlamydia and the gonorrhea.
Your time is up. Thank you so much.
Okay, since I've been mentioned, I can react to what comments in the judge.
Yes,
I haven't finished my point.
Remember,
No, I haven't finished my point so that my brother can.
Does the Patriotic Front know the kind of damage they have done to our economy and to our country? I do not.
The alleged abduction of Pamela Kisupa, and this case has really kept us on our toes. And in as much as
nobody has been acquitted from this new dawn administration cases that have been started, there's nobody that has been acquitted. Okay.
CJ, foreplay. I'm not talking about jump and begin acting like a kangaroo. No. Foreplay. Many of us as Africans, we lack this virtue. This is not there.
Yeah, the time twaje ku Malabo. What's about the first game twale tena wa Senegal. I think very tutasana underrated because even the warm up, you can see the way they are doing warm up. Bare munakati bora na wawina kale nyoko.
It's actually good if you start creating competition in the team. If you don't create competition, then you will have a problem who to replace when one is injured.
I think the names people have been calling me, I accepted them and I welcomed them. But what I would prefer being called as a nickname, I would prefer being called Sambalung.
Globally, 85% of infertility is because of infections, typically the chlamydia and the gonorrhea.
Your time is up. Thank you so much.
Since have been mentioned, I can react to what comment in the chat.
Yes, I haven't finished my point.
Remember,
No, let me finish my point so that my brother can.
Does the Patriotic Front know the kind of damage they have done to our economy and to our country? I do not.
The alleged abduction of Pamela Kisupa, and this case has really kept us on our toes. And in as much as
nobody has been acquitted from this new dawn administration cases that have been started. There's nobody that has been acquitted. Okay.
CJ, foreplay. I'm not talking about jump and begin acting like a kangaroo. No. Foreplay. Many of us as Africans, we lack this virtue. This is not there.
Yeah, the time twaje ku Malabo. What's about the first game twale tena wa Senegal. I think very tutasana underrated because even the warm up, you can see the way they are doing warm up. Bare munakati bora na wawina kale nyoko.
It's actually good if you start creating competition in the team. If you don't create competition, then you will have a problem who to replace when one is injured.
I think the names people have been calling me, I accepted them and I welcomed them. But what I would prefer being called as a nickname, I would prefer being called Sambalung.
Globally, 85% of infertility is because of infections, typically the chlamydia and the gonorrhea.
Your time is up. Thank you so much.
Since have been mentioned, I can react to what comment in the chat.
Yes, I haven't finished my point.
Remember,
No, let me finish my point so that my brother can.
Does the Patriotic Front know the kind of damage they have done to our economy and to our country? I do not.
the alleged abduction of Pamela Kisupa, and this case has really kept us on our toes. And in as much as
nobody has been acquitted.
Ubuntu is a tradition that man, or indeed a human being, is born in. Naturally, we are born with Ubuntu. We live with it. We come into this world with that.
Ubuntu ninshila iyo abantu basenderamo ifyo umuntu afwiryo kuba nefyo afwiryo kuchita nefyo afwiryo kwikaliramo. ubuntu.
Ubuntu chitemiko, ubuntu mutende.
Ubuntu nkukhala pamosi. Ubuntu nikusambana. Ubuntu nikukondana.
The desire to contribute to positive changes within rural communities is my strong motivation to work hard for my society. For me, that is Ubuntu.
Ubuntu means humbleness. Ubuntu means humility. Ubuntu means love.
Ubuntu is I'm a person because of a person. I'm through a person. I'm who I am because of who we are.
What Ubuntu means to me is the ability to look at the need of others and be able to put yourself in their position, be able to do something about it.
We're going to be offering some of our viewers more content. And apart from more content, we are going to expect our viewers to be participating more. And then we want also our viewers to also like our channel.
Yes.
And
They should like it on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, and also on YouTube. And not to forget that our content is reliable. It's not fake news. We do not have fake news on this channel.
a forced one, which we'll see Sijel Tilak coming on here to replace Mary Jane Betty. Mary Jane Betty at the end of the first half didn't look in great shape at all. She had to be firstly carried by teammates and then put on the stretcher onto the change room. Now, we're not getting things started here. It's the Mauritians that will look to improve the numbers from the first half. At the end of the first half, if you weren't with us during the half-time break, you may have missed the numbers. No shots at goal, no attempts on target, no attempts at all from Mauritius going forward. So they need to start playing here in the second half and need to come to life a bit if they are to get anything out of this match. Keep in mind, they already have suffered 5-0 to Mozambique, who are watching this game. Now, chance for South Africa, nice and early in the start of the second half. The goalkeeper's done the business then. There's Tilak. Ball back in there. And Mauritius is able to keep South Africa at bay. So they may have discussed attacking a bit more here in the second, but they aren't really being asked questions of defensively. Now another chance could be popping up here. 2-0. Beautifully done from the South Africans. Easy as you like. It's the third of the tournament for Sam. And a chance for the South Africans, coaches and players, to all get down just a bit here. Scored towards the latter stages of the first half. Scores again here in the second, and the numbers, impressive numbers that have come out here at the Madibas are enjoying what's on show. Long ball forward, and how nicely is this done? Oh, beautifully laid into a path. Needs one touch to steady it, another to bury it, and South Africa are coasting. Beautiful assist from Sitembiso Vilakazi. Good understanding between herself and Sam. As South Africa now stretch their lead to 2-0 early in the second half. Was Lulu showing she still has the touch. Don't know if you noted her touches just a moment ago. Again, South Africa, well, they look to keep things disciplined defensively here as they go on to try and extend their lead. Also, with the number of players they've used, they have looked to ensure that as many, if not all, get as much game time as possible. The ability to be able to get that 3-0 win against Angola, of course, was the catalyst to all of that. especially with a nation, and I say this respectfully, but like Mauritius coming up next, where many believe they are a nation that's still far behind the rest in the group. So it's another win for South Africa. Only stands Coach Lulu in good stead in being able to keep the squad rotating. Keep in mind, she only used 2 starters from the last game in this particular game, meaning there were a wholesale number of changes from the South African starting lineup in the last to the next. Nicely done with the pass out wide here as the ball is played in. Keeper only gets hands onto it, but doesn't look all too convincing. Really are applying the pressure here. Yes, that's on the Vilagazi. Ball in. Now, going towards the top of the area. I'll be happy to just clear with the ladies from Mauritius. In the meantime, pressure will be applied here. Tando Vilagazi again, hard running, has eliminated 2 before it needed a 3rd to concede the corner. Last touch coming in then from Augusta in your picture. Well, good skill in setting it up for the shots. That's unfortunately gone wide of the mark here for Mogoena. So, with Mozambique watching on, it's a good time to remind you how things stand. Of course, in the overall picture, South Africa now tapping on top of Mozambique, who was second. They had a chance to maintain their top spots had they won earlier against Angola, played to a 1-1 scoreline, and that's, of course, allowed South Africa a chance to leapfrog them, which is currently happening right before their very eyes. The young ladies from Mauritius have eventually gotten themselves a set piece in somewhat of an offensive area. Well, they did try their luck from distance. No worries then for Boletani. First cap in the seniors. And they are quite there at the office thus far. There's a club football for Bloemfontein Celtic FC. Does Boletani. Good work and working it down the line. Unfortunately, it did go out of play. So, and it will be while a change is being made here by the Mauritians. Jimla's waiting to come on here, whilst Ahmad will make way. Jimla coming to replace her opponent who was operating out wide on the right side as a right midfielder or right winger, if you will. Now, all over the top here, and a chance could be up. In fact, is up for the South Africans, but for a brave, extremely brave piece of goalkeeping. Oh, Tilak, who's come in here and come into good effect. Need be sent for Mauritius as a change in the second half. Stays big, and unfortunate that the opponent comes down on her after the attempt has gone wide. Well, they'll be happy to see Tilak back on her feet and looking as though she'll continue with no problems. The word just in on Mary Jane Nancy Petty, the goalkeeper that has started the tournament and this game, is that well, Betty's on the way to the hospital as we speak right now to have some checkups. So our thoughts very much with her, and we're hoping she will be able to, at the very least, continue with this tournament, and that it's not too serious, the injury that's befallen her. Now, they are keeping things moving along here with Maletane now enjoying a touch and some involvement in this game. Also here in this second half than in the first. We hardly caught a glimpse of her between the sticks in that first half. Now getting pace from the wide areas here as South Africa look to create yet another ball across. Shots eventually coming in then, but was thwarted by what was a hearty challenge from Fresnel. Again, the pace on the left side is a serious problem. Zembi Vilagazi on this occasion, causing the problems with her movements. Mentioned earlier, she, of course, is in the books of Lindelani ladies. Space to operate here. And time, it would seem, for the under-17 captain and Mkhale in the heart of midfield. As South Africa looks to continue to enjoy themselves in the poll here. There seems to be a problem here for the Mauritians. Someone struggling, but South Africa will be making a change here. So it's Kailani for Mogoena. In the meantime, the clock ticking towards the 1 hour mark. Well, best numbers we've seen yet to this venue. Liveliest crowd we've seen yet since the start of the HOLLYWOODBETS COSAFA Women's Championships this year. We've certainly set the standard in involvements. I do believe the weather has played a part, though, in their favor. Over the last few days, it has been cold. And speaking of the weather, it's at its warmest today that we've enjoyed since the start of this tournament. This is the good side. Even the field here on the stretcher, not looking in good nick at all, is Augusta. South Africa doing well to win in midfield here. Looking to put together a few passes. New lady on the fields. Kailani. Again, there's the pace on that far side of Vilakazi, which has been a serious thorn on the side of the Mauritians. Wow. Attempt to maybe squeeze it into the near post. And quite back in favor of the Zambis of Vilakazi. It's amazing the changes to a situation goals make. Ailani. Just on. And how can South Africa keep it moving? Well, skillfully so as well. You know, on this near side, getting to the byline with the cutback, and well, needed maybe one or two more. Taking the gamble on it. No, shot from range. Keeper doesn't hold on. Fortunately for her, she wasn't standing just in front of goal as she handled that. That was slightly to the side of goal. And so let's go with another ball in. The header. Just wide. South Africa looking for that third goal. Kailani plays for TUT ladies. It's also back to Mulitani. Now, Mahali. She, of course, plays for Tax, does Mahali. Having mentioned Tax just a few moments ago, I remember the first time I laid eyes on Coach Dudu. Some of you may remember back in the day when the University of Pretoria was still playing in the Premiership, the top flight of South African football. Whenever they had their home games, they would play out at the Tuck Stadium as you would expect, and there would be two MCs, two ladies that'd be out there with the MCs that'd be dancing, and before the game, halftime, and at the end of the game. That's one of those two ladies. This is now years later, and she's Coach Ludu. But my first time ever seeing her was at the Tuck Stadium where she was MC, and they would dance her and her partner and entertain the crowd. And years later, it's funny to see how far things have come and how the wheel has turned, and to see Coach Juju being who she is today. So the dance move sort of triggered the memory. It was very much a part of the Tax family back in the day. Wouldn't be a home game where you wouldn't see Coach Lulu. So changes being made here means that Sam won't get a hat trick and won't be amongst the top goal scorers at the end of the day. Let's just look back at the goals here. First one, strikers for the goal. Right place, right time, tapped home. After the assist, and would have come through from Mokhale. Second goal, beautifully done with the assist from Temizo Vilagazi, but once again, only needed one touch before bringing it home then, that being Samson. Job done. Needs one more to be joint top goal scorer. Won't come today. So it's Masego that will come on in the place. And Samson on for Nshota. Now, rare shots from Mauritius. Rare attempts from Mauritius. If I'm not mistaken, that could be their first attempt at goal. So they hadn't had an attempt or a shot or anything towards goal up until that moment. That was their first attempt. That's right. Now that we have double-checked all of that and give it to you as fact, that's how well South Africa have defended in this match, keep in mind. Lovely skill as the ball is played across. Oh, they love that out of the stands. There's another piece of skill they're enjoying. Well, there are 6 inside the box for this set piece. 1 lurking outside. From a Mauritian point of view, everybody is back inside the box and defending, if not a part of the wall. The entire team is back. Keeper. Well, got an important touch onto that. Did T-Luck. Oh, she is struggling after making the save is Tilak. Vilagazi. It was with the attempt looking for a second goal of the tournament. Is Nutsando Vilagazi. Keep in mind, this is the second keeper Coach Kule has used in this match. One each half. Nice to see the players having a laughter in on that near post. Don't see that often. So they do have another keeper warming up. Should the need arise, yeah, that will be a unusual one if you consider 3 keepers could be used today. Well, she stretched to make the save. And whilst the teammates were looking to congratulate her, she was down injured now. The signal looks as though it's been put across to the bench. They'll need the 3rd keeper here. Will the Mauritians. Oh, she's ready. Mary Anastasia Tanwi. Tilak. Well, had a run of bad luck here. And making what was a stunning save seems to have picked up an injury. So Tanwi is warmed up and ready to join in the game. Yep. Well, just received the gloves and ready to go on. Third keeper used. The first, Betty, injured at, well, she struggled through the first half, it's safe to say. And then Tilak in your picture comes up with maybe the best save you've seen from a Mauritian today. And then in that process, injures herself. And Tanwi will get a run here of at least a good while in seeing out this match. First order of business, dealing with this corner. I was going to say at least 15 minutes, not more than that, a good 14 minutes or 16 minutes, I beg your pardon, she'll receive. At least. Chances are she'll get a good number, close to 20. They've continued to be amongst the highlights of today. And today's been a beautiful day, by the way, here in Gqeberha. So South Africa still pushing on here, looking to continue to rip apart that Mauritius defense, which stands firm. Challenge that looks troublesome from some way off. Well, the look says it all. Well, it is an interesting story for Tanmi. As a third choice keeper, you hardly expect you're going to run in a tournament of this nature. Over eager. And picking up the card then is Fernell. Having to be calmed down by her teammates here. Feeling a bit emotional by the look of it all. Now, Curler then, keeper has made a mess of it. There's 3, South Africa. And Maseko, who's coming off the bench to enjoy that moment and give us this moment from the coach. Well, there is Refile Maseko. With that all-important strike, really, to put this game to beds. The UJ player, after the keeper couldn't hold on and lost the ball. The rest, as they say, is history. Ilagaz did well here in keeping this on target with that kill. That was the beginning of the problems. Coach Dudu getting down like she used to back in the days out of the attack stadium. Only this time getting down here at the Madiba Stadium, coaching the South African team that's doing the business against Mauritius, scoring 3 for the second match running. Now, good movement on the far side. There could be more for South Africa here. After the stands, well, they have been entertained. Certainly have been. They've come out in numbers here, and those numbers have been rewarded. Took a while to get going from a goal scoring point of view this game. But once it did, South Africa began to play more and more. Mauritius having to play themselves and not just throw numbers back defensively. Utando Vilagazi on this near side has been impressive today, need be said. Here she is picking up the pieces. Tough day for Ramsemi as the striker when there's been so much emphasis on defense. Only the one attempt at goal from Mauritius all day long, nothing more than that. Utando Vilagazi. Mutoso. So, changes being made here. And it's South Africa that'll be making them. It also will be making way. One of only two from the opening match that started this particular match. Now making way. Job done, really. Defensively, hardly a thing to worry about all day long, including Vilagazi. Utando Vilagazi, that means the two starters that began the last match as well have now made way. Souls on in Itosu's place. And Ramaoka on in Vilagazi's place. Operating in the middle of the park then is Kailani. Amongst those to have come on here in this second half. And yes, if you're wondering, 5 changes are available to each coach here. And a chance to use as many players as one can tactically. It also makes things interesting for the coaches. Will become so once the teams are more evenly matched, and seeing how those tactical changes will sway momentum in the match. So, today, keepers have been a serious tale here. 10 years already conceded since coming on, but starting off the day was Betty back in the earlier stages, came across one of her own players and suffered an injury she couldn't come back from. Next up was Tilak, and comes up with a lovely save, then having conceded herself, and from that save, she couldn't continue. Good corner one. Now, ball in. And South Africa will get themselves yet another corner. So tomorrow we are still at the Madiba's Stadium and are looking forward to Namibia up against Eswatini. Both in need of good results and desperately so. And later on tomorrow is Zambia up against Lesotho. Yeah, we take our hats off to them. They've not only made it fun for all of us, they've been fun to watch. A fun bunch. Thailand. Gilagazi. That was movement on that far side. It's a lovely ball to pick out that movement. Is there to be an end product? Shots blocked. There'll be concerns here. Time very much working against the Mauritians here. Last match in this group will be a formality by the look of it. Whilst for South Africa, there's plenty to look forward to, and plenty of football still could be coming their way depending on results going forward, especially in that last match against Mozambique. That's one to keep an eye on from the South Africans. But, they certainly look aside to done the business here against this Mauritius side. All about keeping the ball. And it'll be a second game where 3 goals are scored. Second game where they've kept a clean sheet. Keeping in mind the number of changes they've made, it will send a message through, of course, to the other teams and coaches. Keep in mind as well the ages of some of the ladies out there today. We had a 16-year-old Shota who started, the under-17 captain who was out there as well. Vasilela, who was 16. So this young South African squad certainly seems to have done the business here in shedding some of the pressure that may have been on their shoulders, but just getting on with football and enjoying themselves, really. They look a team that enjoyed themselves out there. Now, the seconds that remain here, one more change will be made. Amsami will make way, and it's Felicity will come on in the place. Two minutes added on to this game have been concluded. Any second now, the referee will end this, and out in the stands, they'll celebrate what really has been a good outing for them, and we are appreciative of their presence. Ball across, and there could be another. There's another. Beauty. 4 for South Africa. And it's Michelle Sampson who's scored the fourth. Been exciting to watch out on that right flank. As Sampson, nicely composed with the header scored, then directed that beautifully to the back of the net. That will be the very last moment, a special moment for Sampson in ending this match. This right here, beautiful header, got it home nicely. As South Africa score 4, Sampson joins in a day where goals have been scored here, and scored well by South Africans. Right, so Sam once again doing her bit from a goal scoring point of view. And the coach, Lulu, across to coach Kunet. Having their moments. And the crowds enjoying this moment. They came out in numbers hoping to see just what they witnessed today. Good entertainment from Coach Lulu and the ladies, including a win at the top of it all here. Let's just take in some of these moments at the Madiba Stadium. Everybody has turned out today, played their part. And what's been a great day, and the Mauritian ladies as well coming across to thank the fans for probably their most enjoyable experience in front of a fan base. So at the end of it all then, it's South Africa that topped the group, having topped Mauritius with a scoreline of 4-0.
Is a tradition that man, or indeed a human being, is born in. Naturally, we are born with Ubuntu. We live with it. We come into this world with that.